This week on the Reseller Locker Room Podcast, I am glad to know that we have another redneck joining us here in the locker room. Sit back, get your popcorn ready, because we're sitting down with Death Pile Picker, Mr. Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Reseller Locker Room, episode number 58. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. Following me right now in the locker room, Chris, Easy Pickens, Alex, he shaved his head for this, the Beard King Picker, and our special guest up in the corner. Please welcome Death Pile Picker, Mr. Mike from Florida.
Nice.
What's up, fellas?
No, man, another week.
All unknown.
How's it going?
It's going well. We want to welcome Mike into the show. I know we've got a lot of questions we want to get to. So, Alex, why don't you kick things off on this episode for us?
Well, let's just start with the basics since we are a reselling podcast. Mike, how did you get into reselling?
I was looking up some stuff on YouTube and came across actually I was doing a lot of fishing videos at the time and watching that kind of stuff, and I couldn't find one guy, so I just put a bearded guy in his garage, and I want to say it took me to, I was looking for this guy Alex Rudd, but it ended up taking me to Froggy, and then from Froggy, just like I was like, holy cow, like there's a whole group of people that do what I do, just buying stuff. Back then I was just buying stuff, and I was selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I realized like people are doing this on eBay. So I was like, well, let me try it. And that's it, man. Like just one and done kind of thing. Like you catch on that this is one thing you can do and just roll with it.
So how long ago did you start selling on eBay?
Well, I sold a long time ago, back in 2002, 2003, and I did that for 2 years, and after that it was well after the pandemic, so I want to say 2021.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
so
when I started too.
Mike, just our viewers may not be familiar with who you are. You've got a YouTube channel. You do a lot of picking videos on there, but what's your background? What did you do for a living mainly before?
Beforehand I was active duty Army, and did infantry, and lost my hearing, so now I'm retired. I'd say lost my hearing. It's certain frequencies are like completely dead to me almost, and a lot of people have to repeat stuff to me, so I got out. I'm done with that now, and just decided to move down to Florida and retire.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's where all the resellers go to retire?
No, unfortunately not, because there would be a lot more people, and thankfully not, because there's plenty of stuff still there, and I'm glad y'all just stay where y'all are.
How long have you been up or down there?
We moved down in March, right after Peaches to Beaches. Like I want to say, Peaches to Beaches of this year. Moved down about a week after.
It just seems like there's a lot of at least big YouTubers and content creators out in Florida when it comes to reselling.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I just moved down, ride their coattails, and I really don't have to do anything, as evidenced by my YouTube channel. The continuous growth, and I haven't put out a video in, I want to say, 88 days now. So it's pretty good.
It's been a few months. I've gone back and reviewed your channel.
Picking
like
video.
2 months or something.
It's slim pickings right now for content, but a lot of stuff happened in life, so I just decided to kind of take a break, focus, and then the whole thing with the move. I mean, I've been on 3 or 4 vacations this year, had 2 deaths in the family, Had to move earlier, going to all the highway sales. So I have a backlog of content that's like I haven't even edited yet, that I could probably go back a year and a half on some stuff that I haven't even edited.
It's like
So
what I'm doing over here.
yeah, I absolutely have no excuse whatsoever. It's just, life gets in the way sometimes, and sometimes you take a step back and you prioritize. I'm very, very fortunate. Number one, being retired and having other means of income, and marrying extremely far out of my league to somebody who is willing to look at me and go, you're not safe for work, so just keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing
Yeah.
and enjoy that. Like I did enough when in our early years of our marriage, and very fortunate that she's successful. And that's it, guys. Just marry well.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it for love. Absolutely not. That's all. That's my only suggestion.
There you go.
Yep.
That's good advice. Well, Mike, you discovered basically what you said earlier. You discovered reselling by stumbling into it on YouTube. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
So you got an education from YouTube, and then you started reselling. Tell us about the point in time that you had that, hey, I'm going to get me a camera and I'm going to start my own channel. Tell us about that decision process.
Oh man, I don't even know how. I don't even know how that came about. Um, I had a few videos out already. Well, I want to say, I guess not. I guess by 127, I come up to the first 127 in Crossville, uh, pre locker room, Crossville,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I just hung out then, and a little bit after that, I bought a camera. I did 2 videos, and I thought it was just simple as all get out, because I had some good interactions, good titles and everything, uh, on 2 videos. That's it. And I think my first one, it was like turning $1 into $250 instantly. And that one had like, I hadn't looked at it in a while. I don't know if it's 7,000 views. I think it's 7,000 views for a first video.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then the next one was this old guy stole my jacket, and it was actually another picker in the area.
Ben, that
Sammy.
was Ben last year. He stole
Yeah.
a jacket.
So
That old
it,
guy.
it was this guy named Sammy, and I had a great relationship with him. Like I would go pick his barn, and I kind of just worked that in there. And it was a week after that other one got 30,000 views, like 5 months after. Like,
Wow.
and I'll say, like, at first it was like 2,000 views, but 5 months later it just shot
Ballooned.
up. Yeah, and then everybody was like, "This is just clickbait. I'm done with this. I'm not subscribing." And I think with 30,000 views, I got a massive 136 subscribers. This was before I even knew, like, doing like the overlays and putting like and subscribe. I didn't even mention it in the video. Like there's certain things that we do nowadays to like kind of push people towards our channel, or bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I didn't know to do that stuff. And then that was in October, and then by the time, I want to say April, I think is when we came up here, for I was in Georgia, and I went up to Virginia, and we did Highway 29 with Kevin, and that was the first time I met Rod. And it was great with Rod, because like we talked the whole way up. We were both driving through the night most of the time. I think we both stopped to sleep a little bit, but I'd never even met Rod. I probably talked to him for 6 out of the 11 hours.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So like that right there is like a brother from the beginning. Like, dude, help me out.
Yeah,
But
man.
I didn't do a lot of content until right after that. And it was kind of getting the advice from everybody. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to pin it down to one thing, but I just figured, hey, everybody else is doing it. I can give it a try. And, you know, par for the course, I did 2 videos and then I just stopped doing it. And I've been inconsistent ever since. Go me.
Well, do you think it's difficult, Mike, to maintain a high level of activity in your reselling business plus do YouTube at the same time?
Absolutely not. No, I mean, when you look at some people, uh, when you look at some people, excluding Dave, just the normal people, Dave's not normal. The
No, he's
normal
not.
people, it's too easy to list 10, 20 items a day, and uh, also edit a video one a week, maybe,
Yeah.
because that's where I was trying to do like one a week. There's plenty of people that do all of this stuff and do it more. I mean, I was talking to some friends today, like Julian. He does it every 2 days. There are very few people that can get away with that kind of stuff. I mean, I know Jocelyn. I'm not super familiar with the channel or anything, but she was uploading stuff every day. I don't know if she's still doing that, but it's ridiculous. Like, there are no excuses for a lot of us people, and sometimes it's just personal
Well,
preference. Yeah.
a good friend of ours, of this channel as well as our individual channels, and he has his own YouTube, Wolfman Goodies, Chad.
Hmm.
He does a daily what's sold, and he does this 6 days a week and does a live on Sunday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you know, it's his channel is doing some super growth, and sometimes he'll even do a video of what sold and he hadn't sold nothing, but he still does a video.
What
You know,
didn't sold?
what didn't sell.
What didn't sell? Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's always super simple to get something like that. Where if it's a flipper video, all you're doing your job,
Yeah.
and then just recapping the job that you did,
yeah,
and like flipper content like that. I think it's super simple, but you have to have a personality. You have to have a story. You have to have follow. You have to have a certain milieu that allows that to work. Not
yeah,
all of us can do that.
right.
It's tough.
True.
Well, flipping a gear real quick, talk about now, from what I've observed by watching Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, and then of course your channel, you and Kevin got a pretty tight relationship. And if I'm following these videos as I have over the last year, you're the official truck and trailer driver for Kevin. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, tell
Yeah.
us about how that relationship got started and how has it progressed.
Oh man, like you want the deep dive on it?
Lay it out, bro.
All
People
right,
want to
so
know.
I can tell a lot of people already know about the heartbreak story. We go up to 127. I meet them. We go to dinner. That's the first time that I met them and actually hung out with them. Um, then they wanted nothing to do with me. They thought I was batshit crazy, absolutely drunk. They thought I was a raging alcoholic. Now, mind you, I didn't even have a drink that night, but they're like, oh my God, like I don't want nothing to do with this.
Man,
So
they don't want to
then,
hang out with us then.
oh yeah, yeah. Then the
I don't drink.
day after, 2 days later, they had the meetup event,
Yeah.
and uh, I just went there, hung out, kind of BS'd, talked to them some, and it was never. I don't know. I can tell you. I always say this. A lot of times, people like your viewers will watch you, and they'll be like, "Man, Ben, I have a ton of things in common with them," or Chris or Alex, whatever one it applies to. They'll be like, "I have something in common with them," and they'll go to meet up with them, or something like that, and they have this feeling, but none of us know that. I mean, it's tough to know who somebody is when you're just meeting them. It's not the same way when they have insight in our lives. through videos, through
Yeah.
interactions, and the way that we are. Well, I kind of knew that Kevin and I we have a lot in common, and Kevin didn't give two shits about that. So it is what it is. Then we hang out at the meetup. Nothing happens. I go up to Uncle Steve's garage sale. This is months later. I want to say the following. I can't remember if it was in the fall or the spring, but it was, let's say, 3 to 6 months later. He has Uncle Mark's garage sale. I go up there. I bring a truck full of stuff, and I'm just going to put it down in the driveway. Eric's selling stuff. OBX he's selling stuff in the driveway, and what I make, I give to Aunt Lori and Uncle Mark, and I donate to them for their hospitality. I put some of it to Kevin because he had a taco truck, and he was giving away all different stuff. And you have somebody that puts a lot out there for the community and like try and brings them together.
Yeah.
And they're utilizing their money. Like all the stuff that we have, we can easily give up some of that at a fraction of the cost and help it go back to these people that are doing things for other people.
Mhm.
So again, all of those actions still not enough. Kevin thought I was batshit crazy, but and maybe he was right, maybe just a little bit. I don't know. But Uncle Steve from the meetup at 127. Oh, I skipped the part at 127. We went to the event. Then a day later, they invited everybody over to their Airbnb. Like, so that you may have seen the live or it wasn't a live that they did. They did an episode there with everybody like rotating through the house that came over. I was not invited. I was not invited. I told you, batshit crazy. They thought I was drunk. They thought I was a raging alcoholic. So
Oh,
that's
wow,
what it
dude.
is. But Uncle Steve liked me. And then we go up to Aunt Lori or Uncle Mark and Aunt Lori's. And Uncle Steve invites me over to his house to watch a football game because we drove up. We were going to stay in a hotel up there anyway. My wife was with me. Uncle Steve basically thought my wife was pretty and he could tolerate looking at her more than it was me. So he invited us over there and we watched a football game. My wife brings like the big box and nothing bundt cake things for everybody to eat. And I'll tell you what, I won Kevin over, and Kevin will tell you this. It was at the very end where you're just bullshitting, and something came up, and I got to singing the song from Cool Hand Luke, and it's my favorite movie. It's Kevin's favorite movie, and he's like, right then, I knew. Like I was like, "What? You knew you were wrong the whole damn time, and put me through hell? I don't know what you're talking about." But, yeah, since then, like that's when we came up here and did the Highway 29, and then I knew he loved the highway sales. After doing the 127 and the Highway 29, that's when everybody comes to town, like up here for the 100-mile yard sale, and we're talking OBX, Chernock, Leroy came that year, Tim came that year, Rod came that year, I was here, and then some of the other local pickers as well. Dave and Kerry came that year as well, and so we were all part of it. And I'm like, look, there's 2 events that we've done, and people are having to drive. I guess the biggest thing wasn't even Kevin; it was Tim and Chernock. They were in, and I want to say it's an SUV. I think it was an SUV. Or it might have been a van. They could not open the door without just a ton of shit falling out. And it was 2 of them driving. Well, then Eric's got to pick up Leroy, but I'm going to take Leroy home. And then Rod's coming up here separately. Kevin's only here because he lives here. Dave drives up, but he's got to stop halfway. And I'm like, hey, dude, like if we all want to do this stuff, and if everybody's like somewhat close to here, because at the time, David moved down to Florida, but other than that, like it's North Carolina, DC, West Virginia, everybody's in there. I know that I'm getting done with the military because I knew months ahead of time. Like, hey, you go through a long process. And I just reached out to Kevin. And I was like, dude, you should just get a trailer. Like, get a trailer. He's like, nah, I don't want to. Like, it's dumb. And I'm like, think about it. All of these people that have to carpool and limit their picking, we eliminate that. Anytime that you go somewhere and you're like, hey, I don't have enough room to get home because I'm renting this car or something, I said, you eliminate that. You don't have to drive. If you don't want to, you can fly out. You can fly in and then fly back home. And you have all your stuff in the trailer, and then you coordinate to come and pick it up or however you want, or we drop it off to people. We could have got something smaller because we did 24 foot, like this thing's massive, and
Big.
it cuts gas in half.
Oh yeah.
So I'm normally 400 miles, over 400 miles to a tank on my truck, and I'll get a little over 200.
It's like a customized race trailer, right?
Oh yeah, customized race trailer, full. Like, we set it up for Cincinnati prior to us. We just got some stickers and put it on there. Now we have a full wrap on it, and customized race trailer, cabinets, uppers and lowers. We have one of those rolling toolboxes in there that keeps like poly mail. We can basically what do they call it to your phone? Tie in tether. What? It's not tether. What the hell is it?
Apple Play or whatever, but Bluetooth.
No, where you tie into the internet. We can ship it. We can print labels and do a full.
So you did a Whatnot show right out of that trailer, haven't you?
Did one in Cincinnati, and then we did another one at the Webster Flea Market down in Florida. And then now, like, transitioning from Whatnot to Dibbed It, we'll do that in the future. Kevin just did one the other day from Dave's garage sale. We just didn't do the shipping portion of it.
From the trailer?
He was walking around, but it wasn't in the trailer because the trailer just had a bunch of crap in it. Cool, but that's it. The idea of the trailer was just me doing that and him saying, no, that's stupid. I'll just get a bigger truck or a van. And then it took like 4 or 5 months. And then he was like, hey, about my trailer idea. And I was like, kiss my ass. What do you mean? Your trailer idea.
Hey, Mike, let's talk about sourcing real quick, because your name is Death Pile Picker. How big is your death pile currently?
It is considerably smaller, but right now, a couple of tubs that are on racks in a 2-car garage, and then some in lateral files, and then I have a small portion of, I say 20 to, let's say 20, 25 tubs, the 27-gallon, like the black and yellow ones.
Yeah,
I've got some of those with some smaller boxes, but a lot more manageable than it was. It was, I don't know, 4 times bigger than that.
Wow. Now, are you doing all your content is all yard selling content, but do you do any other, go sourcing any other places like estate sales, thrift stores, or online auctions? No
online auctions. I don't record in thrift stores, but I have sourced in plenty of thrift stores. I tried to get away from it because your profits aren't the same. And if you're down in Florida, and that was just me trying to put a cap on the death pile. But estate sales, I put in the same in the same category as garage sales. So, like, I'll film those. I have no problem doing that. And then flea markets, when we go to Webster's, and I did a little vacation with Dave a couple months ago, and we went to garage sales then, but a couple weeks back we went to Halloween Horror Nights, and we went to Brown's Flea Market, and I'll record those kind of interactions too.
Yeah,
flea markets are good, but I can't do the thrift store kind of stuff. Like, I'm not. People can't understand me, so when I'm doing shorts, it has to be so quick. Like, you're going in there and you're looking at a minute and trying to spin something, and hell, I can barely talk without saying and trying to gather like a new thought.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty bad.
But anyway, Mike, I want to jump back real quick. You know, you go to a lot of these meetups. You're pulling Kevin's trailer. Question is, as a reseller, as we all are, we all have that common thread. How important do you think it is to get yourself, if you're a reseller, whether you're full-time or part-time, how important do you think it is to get to a face-to-face meetup wherever they're happening in the country? How important do you think that is?
It's the worst decision ever. It is. I mean, hopefully y'all are telling people that as people that host a meetup. I won't say it's the worst. The camaraderie is good, and do it for that alone, because you can't guarantee anything else. Do it as like, hey, I want to take a break from reselling to hang out with people of the same ilk, and I'm not going to guarantee anything else, because the sales aren't guaranteed. What you're going to be able to spend isn't guaranteed. What your profit is going to be isn't guaranteed. Like you just, it's like going to a casino, man. Take the money that you have, plan to lose it, plan to have a good time, and then get ready to go home. That's it. I mean,
treat it like a vacation. I mean,
if you can't do that, then don't go to meetups.
There's really no point as far as reselling goes for your business. It's not a good business decision, really.
Oh, heck no.
It makes no sense.
You're not making any money that week.
Well, you know, Mike made a valid point, and this is the reason why I brought it up, Mike, is you get used to watching your favorite YouTubers that are resellers on YouTube. They become a part of your life, because if you subscribe and you watch their content on the regular, you kind of get to having a relationship with that person you're watching. Mm-hmm. Then you get an opportunity to go to a meetup and hang out face to face, just like what we did, you know, at the 127 back in August. The favorite part, and all of us have talked about this, the favorite part for me was just hanging out in person with these guys. And it didn't matter what we were doing that week, whether we were picking or hanging out at the Airbnb or just going to go grab something to eat. It didn't matter what we were doing. It's just hanging out and having fun. So you kind of hit it on the nail of getting together with those like-minded people and forming a stronger relationship with them. That's a good reason why you should get to a meetup, not necessarily on the picks that you're going to find, but the relationship building side of things.
Yeah, I mean, you also have, like, the only caveat is the old adage, like, never meet your heroes, because there's a good chance that y'all are assholes in real life to somebody.
Yeah, but honestly,
I know Kevin is.
When we all met up, I mean, I honestly felt like Ben, man, like we already knew. It felt like we already knew each other for a while, which we did online. But meeting in person, I mean, there's no replacement for the bond that we had on that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's motivating too, being around other like-minded individuals was very motivating for me too, just knowing other people are doing the same damn thing you're doing, struggling, trying to get it done and working their asses off and doing they can relate to you.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to take the leap and do it. I mean, hell, that's how Shane discovered he didn't like y'all.
We know. Oh, goodness.
Man, let's talk about that. What the hell is it?
What questions do you have for us, Mike? Let's go there, and then we'll come back.
What was I want to know what you're going to say right now.
Yeah.
Waffle House turns over pancakes less than y'all do fucking co-hosts.
Wait a minute. Does Waffle House don't have pancakes, Mike? They got waffles.
That's true. They got pancakes there too.
They got pancakes.
I've never had a pancake at Waffle House. Do they?
Maybe they don't. I don't know. Maybe that was a horrible example.
Well, we know what you're saying. We don't know why, though. I mean,
so y'all aren't kicking them off?
Well, no.
They quit.
Now, according to one of our viewers, I'm the one that runs them all off, but that's totally false.
We've only
It's not your
kicked
fault,
off.
I've
man.
never put that in the comments. I may have thought it, but I never put that in the comments.
But
I made a
the
comment.
thing is,
No.
when this show is strictly on a volunteer basis, how can you get rid of, how could you run somebody off when they volunteer to be on it themselves? You know what I'm saying?
Just tell them they suck. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, hey, you know what? You're not meeting expectations. We hope you're bringing a little more to the table. Now, this is bad. Normally, I start off any of my live or podcasts like anything with like, hey, what can I say? What can I not say? And that shit went out the door when I started drinking alcohol because I've never done that either. So, like, normally I don't need that.
We've only kicked off one person, though. Everyone else has quit. So 2 of them quit on their own terms, and 1 we did get rid of because they were not bringing anything to the table.
Okay. So it's like Carrie.
I mean, as far as reselling,
I'm sorry, is
knowledge
this thing
goes,
on? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like my mic.
Yeah, no, we're all like, what? Not like that.
I like to joke around about Carrie because as y'all see, he's in charge of the Trash to Cash podcast Instagram. And just go take a look at the Instagram and see how lively that thing is.
Oh, yeah.
I have more uploads frequently than Carrie gets on it. I think we actually gave him some crap about it this past weekend. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got to get on my computer. I think the password's saved there. And I'm like, dude, I don't just put Trash to Cash is the password. Like, I just make it something easy. Baseball cards. Like, just.
Well, Carrie tends to make everything harder than it is because of his 3 degrees. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So, yeah.
He pretends that he's smarter than you and
Yeah.
proves that he isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how his personality's one way on Trash to Cash, but then when you see him on somebody else's podcast, it's like a totally different dude.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about Florida real quick. What happened down in Florida last weekend, right?
That's right.
Reselling yard sale. I mean, resellers selling off all their bad picks is what I thought it was.
Oh yeah, it was. It was just Dave, just trying to sucker people into coming out and hanging out.
It worked,
and he did it by having a garage sale before we came. I wish I'd seen what it was the first time, because he was like, oh yeah, I was just selling this for $5, this for $1, this for $2. I think the most he sold something for was like $75, and it was a $500 saw.
Dang.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any great stuff left. I mean, it was, he pulled the wool over everybody. Like we went in there. There was a few things, but Dave made $100 and spent $200 on hot dogs, hamburgers, and buns.
The Trash Cash fund.
Yeah, I mean, it is whittled down, and you talk about dinners on top of it. Like Dave will drain a bank account if it doesn't belong to him. Like that, he don't care. Like his is, he's got boatloads of money. He don't want to spend it, but he will spend the shit out of your money.
Oh wow!
You should have seen the place he went on the last night we were there. I don't know. It's something had bouillabaisse. I don't even know. I can't even remember what it is. But everything had like mango chutney and just some weird stuff.
Fancy stuff.
I was just like, hey, just give me a goat burger, no cheese, or a goat burger, a hamburger, no goat cheese. Don't put the pepper jelly jam stuff on my burger, just mustard, and give me lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onion. I don't need the extra stuff. Like, it was ridiculous. I mean, oh man, the only way, I can't even tell you the name of this. It was I think he did it because it was a speakeasy upstairs, so he's just trying to win some points with Kevin.
Oh,
and I don't speak easy anywhere because I'm just loud as shit. And I just had to, like, that place made me uncomfortable, and I just sat there quietly because I didn't. Oh yeah, fancy.
Too fancy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's 42 garnishes on some pieces of bread, and it wasn't even bruschetta. It was some other stuff. Check this, and it's got pork belly. And I'm like, pork belly? How about the layer underneath called bacon? Like, I don't. Dave has this thing with pork belly. I don't know what it is. He's got some fetish or kink or something. I don't know, but he put pork belly it up.
You're like me, Mike. You're just a meat and potato kind of guy, I believe.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Anything outside that element makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat some good tasting stuff, but bouillabaisse.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Me either.
I was already on edge because the night before we went to some Italian restaurant in this little plaza thing, the outdoor open dining kind of thing. And it looked like a little plaza in Italy. And it had a couple Italian restaurants. But they wanted it. I heard clam chowder, this guy telling me, oh, yeah, we got some clam chowder. And I was like, all right, I'll take clam chowder. And they bring it out, and this shit is Manhattan clam chowder, which I'm like, do y'all know what Manhattan clam chowder is? You know,
red one.
Yeah, a red one. Never even heard of it. I'm sorry. Manhattan ain't nowhere in Texas. Like, so Manhattan clam chowder. I hate stewed tomatoes. I hate hot tomatoes. I hate warm tomatoes. I hate a tomato that isn't cold, sliced on a burger sandwich, or a place that a normal tomato goes.
That's
right.
Right.
This shit's got that with clam chowder and a little bit of beef and some cheese and some other crap, and I'm like, what the hell? He brought it down. I was just like sitting there looking at it. I was so mad. And then Kevin was already giving me shit because apparently the free bread, I ate too much of it.
It's free.
I'm like, well, it comes with oil and balsamic, but they put the balsamic down first, then put the oil over it. So I'm dipping 42 pieces of bread just to get the oil out of the way, just to get a little taste of the balsamic, because I love that. I got a certain amount of class to me. Certain amount of class. So I'm trying to get to this balsamic vinegar that mixes with the oil and the bread. Well, Kevin's just like, oh, you're eating all the bread, like complaining. I'm like, oh my God. And then he always gives me, he's like, oh, we always got to buy Mike 2 appetizers or 2 entrees. I got to buy Mike 2 entrees, 2 entrees. Says it all the time. I go there. I'm like, I like just the side salad with some balsamic, and I'll take a cup of the clam chowder or a bowl of the clam chowder. And he's like, that's all you're going to eat? I'm like, Jesus, like, make up your mind, dude. Which one is it? Do I eat too much or do I not eat enough? I don't know. But I get this stupid red clam chowder, and I got to sit there and eat it. And I'm so disappointed because I hate this. And it's just a little fancy thing. Meanwhile, the waiter is sitting there coming and tell us the special, like 42 of them. Like he's like, oh yeah, we got a smoked salmon with this, and we got Gruyere with this, and some of this shit with Gouda, and he's just going off like 42 things. He bring my clam chowder. My tea has been missing for 20 minutes. I was like, hey, because somebody asked him, like, hey, don't you need to write anything down? He's like, no, I'm kind of like Rain Man. Rain Man, my ass, he forgot my tea. I'd asked him, I'm like, where's my tea? He's like, oh yeah, I grabbed it. I was gonna get you a refill.
Oh man,
was gonna
refill.
Let me tell you, we could sum these guys up. We could call them based on their high end eating habits. We can call them a bunch of Hollywoods.
No. It is not Carrie. It is not Kevin. 100%. It's Dave. Dave does that. Yeah, 100%. Hollywood. Like I said, Dave has no problem spending other people's money.
Hollywood. Well, let me tell you what, Mike. You come and hang out with us, man. Let me tell you what we did for meals at 127. What did we do, boys? We did crystal burgers. Do you know what those are? Crystal burgers?
I've heard of them.
The little squares, they're like White Castles up north, but Crystal Burgers is in the south.
Yeah, that was definitely a drunken decision, though, to get.
Yes.
No, I had them when I was in Columbus. That's right.
Yeah. We call them gut bombs. So we had Mike Camparelli and Jefferson Benz, who was on our show last week. They showed up at the house, And I bet they bought 50 of them damn things. I mean, just bags, these big boxes full of them, man. So we had that. Then we went to a steakhouse. Chris arranged all that, I believe. And we sat down, had a nice big salad bar. We got steaks, baked potatoes, normal food.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Nothing too fancy.
Yeah. And then the rest of the time, we went to the grocery store and we ate sandwiches and fixed our own crap at the house. You know what I'm saying? So, but we were there a week. So that was our diet.
We only ate out once, though, right? That was the only time at the end of the meetup we went to that steakhouse, which is not really even a steakhouse. It was good though, but it was cheap.
It was good. It was
really
very reasonable.
Yeah, it was reasonable.
It was good.
Well, we had some other eating out experiences after the fancy schmancy place on the last night. We go and get ice cream, and I don't think Dave recorded that. I have certain meltdowns throughout these events, and Dave will record them because I just go way out of left field. Like, I come in, somebody will do something, and it just irks the shit out of me. And I was just like, all right, this is the point. We're there. And Dave's just like, phone out. He's like,
He's getting every moment of it.
But one of them happened to be after this restaurant. We go over to the ice cream shop. We go in there, and it's 8:50, and I walk in. Well, there's eight of us eating this place. We come into his ice cream shop. He's like, "How can I help you? What do you want?" And I was like, "I'll take a chocolate malt." And he gives this, looks back at the fucking blender, and I'm like, "Huh." And I recognize and the fucking look back. So I look over at the hours, and sure as shit, this hoity-toity little hippie ass ice cream place, it says open from 10 a.m. to whenever. And it even says it in like cursive. Like somebody Etsy'd the shit out of this, ordered their sign, and it says whenever. Well, guess what, dude? You're gonna be here till whenever. So I said, I said, y'all close at 9 o'clock. He's like, yeah, but you're here, so it's fine. I mean, I said, it's because I saw you look at the blender. I was like, does anybody else want some? And he had asked it. He's like, does anybody else want to shake? Kevin's like, I'll take a malt. And then we had two other people want. Dave wants a shake, but now he's lining up four blenders. It's just like completely wasted this time. And he's signed the whole time everybody's got an order. I'm like, shut up, dude. You applied to scoop ice cream. Fucking scoop it. Like, that's it. We all got a place in this world. That's yours. Until whenever. And then we go outside. Then we go outside. Don had to be a sweetheart and tip this guy. I'm like, bullshit. Like, not with that. He's like, well, he was sighing all this stuff. And Don will negotiate the shit out of you for anything. Don was going to buy two of my things. I wanted one back, and she said, I'll give it to you if I get this one for free. I'm like, you haven't paid for it, Don. Like, what do you mean? But she's a fierce negotiator, which is amazing. Like, how bad did I make this guy feel, or how bad do we make her feel for her to tip him $20 for scooping ice cream? And I'm like, my God. But I had to leave. I had to walk outside because, like I said, I'm not safe for work. So eventually, I'm going to do that. But we go outside. I've come to move Dave's car closer that way because we had Jefferson and Mike Camparelli. Dave takes us on this damn walk that's like a half a mile down the road to an ice cream shop. He's like, no. I understand our cars are parked here. Let's walk. But I mean, we're all at the end of this long day of a yard sale. We're all exhausted, and Dave, just maximum energy, is like, let's walk. The rest of us are like, this is bullshit. And I mean, and like by then we're all tired. Mike's definitely tired. So you got Mike and Jefferson, they're walking. Tina's walking with Mike because we had left them, and Mike being older, he's going to take his time getting there. Like Mike has so much money, he ain't got to race anywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, y'all know that he's the ambassador. So yeah, like Mike will take his time getting there. So I went to go get the car, and all of the other sign went down because I was just gonna lay into this fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right.
Can we cuss on here? I don't know. I've already
Hey man, just be you,
Okay.
But I got a couple of questions reselling related I needed to ask you.
Okay.
Do you promote?
Time out. I need to run that. Give me another drink and run to the bathroom, and then I'm going to come back and disappoint you with all my reselling lack of knowledge.
Sounds good.
Come on in here.
Hello.
Oh
Is
shit!
the right podcast?
What's up?
I think I'm on the wrong podcast. What in the world's going on?
What's up, dude?
Bums.
I'm
That's surprised. What's up,
I
Kevin?
thought he was at his
What's
house.
up,
He's at your house? How's it going?
I don't know. I was just like, hey, the podcast is starting. I don't think this is the right one. I better get out of here. Just wanted to
Right
say hi.
Hey, thanks, dude. Hello.
I'm supposed to be working in here, y'all. Look at this. I got to be working. Mike's like, I got to come in here and do the rest of this podcast. He's like, why don't you get on the podcast for me? So
Hey, we'd love to have you back, man.
Well, I guess I'm getting kicked off of here, but man, you
All
guys
right.
look. You don't in person here. You don't look as bad as you do on YouTube.
Ditto.
Yeah,
Ditto, brother. Ditto, sucker.
ditto.
You guys know you're taking a career risk having him on here, right?
Yeah, we know.
We take
How's
a
he
risk
been
every
so
week.
far? How's
Dude,
he been
awesome,
so far?
dude. Loving this guy.
We're learning a
Thanks for
lot
being on
about
here.
you. We're learning a lot about you we didn't know.
What's he saying? Does he talk about himself like he's ate way too much friggin' bread? There's 8 pieces. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
There's 8, they bring 8 rolls to the table. You know how many I got?
No, not the Italian.
Oh yeah, he must have ate half a loaf of bread. I'm going broke just putting food in this guy's belly. Killing me. He's like a bread machine. Doesn't no care about anybody else sitting there.
The bread wasn't
Texas
complimentary?
Roadhouse rolls. 8 of them. I get one, and I had to get it before I had to like reach in and grab it. This is
Oh my
brutal.
gosh, that's terrible.
I guess he left, so you're stuck with me for a minute. How do I put this thing in? That's
Yeah, he did go off about the bread story that you were pretty upset about the bread situation.
Yeah.
But wasn't the bread
ridiculous.
free?
Why did you have him on this? Can y'all still hear me?
Well,
I invited him on.
we wanted him to share the stories about Dave's high tasting food at restaurants and how uncomfortable he is when he goes to eat with Dave.
I'll just say this: Dave's taste in food gets higher when I get down there. That's all I got to say.
Yep.
That's all I got to say.
That makes
Yep.
sense.
Is this mine?
That's mine.
He gave me a beer. I gotta go, guys.
All right,
There
man.
you go.
Kevin.
Good to see you, buddy.
I didn't know he was at his house.
That's awesome.
All right.
Surprise, surprise.
Man,
I had no idea you were at Kevin's house.
I think I don't know if he could hear you. I don't know if the volume. Oh, the whole dang Bluetooth cut out.
No, I
we
got
can
you.
hear you.
We still hear you.
We got you.
We hear you and see you.
In knowing all of that now,
All right.
that I didn't really go to the bathroom or anything. Went peeing. I heard everything. Y'all cut out my cuss words. I heard it. The timestamp and everything.
No, man. We're just when you exit the show, I got to edit that part out. We ain't never had a guest that just goes takes a piss right in the middle of a show, man. What are you doing?
Really?
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 Yeah.
What? Y'all all got catheters in?
Yeah. I got a daggone tea jug sitting down here at my feet.
It's like a trucker.
Yeah, you are Tennessee. It
Yeah,
used
we
to
are.
be in Spittoon.
That's it. 2 questions, and then we got to move on to our segments. Do you promote your items?
Dude, I don't even sell my items. No, I don't. No, I do not promote.
Okay.
There were times where I do 2%, but I got away from it.
Do you sell
Okay.
on platforms besides eBay?
No, it's Facebook Marketplace if it's a big thing. That's it.
All right. Do you end and sell similar?
Yes,
How often?
yes. No,
Every day?
No. There's no set schedule. A lot of times I'll do it if I get so many watchers and no buyers, or I don't get offers, because I'll occasionally put offers on certain things. If I have watchers, I'll add those in there. But a lot of times, if it's kind of stagnant,
Yeah.
then like, oh, at the end of the month, I'll do a couple.
Okay.
It just depends. Like
All right.
sometimes I don't even do it for like super expensive items.
Okay. All right. Let's get to our segments here. First up, we're going to do the sale of the week. Sale of the week. What we got, fellas?
Yeah,
All right, Alex, go.
I sold the total dirt bike manual. This is just a Amazon order. It sold for $57.99. It's just like it's like a dirt riding magazine. So probably cost me a quarter. So that's the best sale I had this week. A lot of sales, but nothing crazy this week.
Okay. Christopher, what do you got?
All right, so I bought a 1964 Grand Prix 8 years ago, and it had the wrong grill and headlight bezels. So I bought the right grill and headlight bezels on eBay, and then within the last 6 months, I listed this, which was in my garage, buried. So this was the original grill for my Grand Prix, but it really is a grill for a Bonneville, 1964 Bonneville. There are differences. But anyway, that sold for $150 plus ship.
Nice.
So all gravy.
All right. I got one. Let me pop it up real quick. All right. This was a monthly sale. These are University of Tennessee football cards, and I put them together. There's 1,067 loose, and I put them in a lot. They sold for 45 plus shipping. Yeah. But the guy also bought 3 other lots of these cards, but they run unopened packs. So the dude ended up spending about $115 and some change, and I just combined shipping and put it all together. So that's what I had right there.
Were all those cards loose?
No, the 1,067 were loose, but then I had a bunch of packs that were still sealed, and I broke them up into lots.
Didn't you list those last week too?
List them last week. They're already sold, all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Mike, you got something?
Sale of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, sold off a bunch of my crap to Kevin. That way I don't have to move it to my new house.
There you go.
Can I just get out of the way for all the segments?
Mm-hmm.
It applies to all of them. It is my best sale of the week, my worst sale of the week, my dumbest sale of the week, my dumbest offer of the week, my dumbest buy of the week. Like, it is all of those.
Gotcha.
But it's about 3/4 of my inventory. And he paid me more than common for it.
Hold on. Inventory from your store or inventory from your death pile?
Death pile. Oh, yeah, dude. Death pile. 100% death pile.
That's awesome, dude.
All right. All right. Let's go to the find of the week, gentlemen. Find of the week. What do we got? Chris? Anybody? There we go.
Stephen King Pet Cemetery. This is a first edition. So first edition. Sold comps. Average sold comps would be around $75, $100, but it's funny, when I looked up the sold comps, someone got lucky and sold it for $350. So not really sure how they got $350 for this, but I'm going to say like $100. And it came from the Goodwill bins, first edition.
Nice.
So if I sell it, our guest left again. If I sell it, though, I'll probably list it at $100, but it might stay in my collection. It's first.
All right. Chris.
Yeah, cool. All right. So,
oh, that's so scary.
This from it looks like Yogi Bear, right? But it's actually Huckleberry Hound. So 1959. I haven't found one exactly like this, dude. It made a different one in 1959 that's a little different.
Come up closer. No, your mic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So thanks, Mike. Thanks, Ben. So they made another one in 1959 that was really similar to this, but different. I haven't found a comp for this actual one, so I don't know. It looks like, I'm gonna guess like $100, dude. I don't know, $150 maybe. They're cold and it's in good condition.
Cool. All right. Check this out, Chris.
Speed Racer.
Mach 5 die cast. This was a part of that vintage toy buy. I keep digging stuff out for days and days.
Yep.
Got a sold comp anywhere from $350 to $400.
Holy cow! Who makes that?
Good question. Don't know the answer right off.
All right, well, we'll follow up with you on that. That's sweet, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was.
I think you used to
That
have
was
like a plastic case over it. What's that?
What you got?
I can participate. I got something to participate. All right, so we found this down there in the sales Snap-on. Torco meter.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I bought it. They had 25, offered them 20, took it. I just got to do some research on it. This goes up to 150, but you can see some comps up to, I want to say 125, 150. But I think some of the ones that are in like a little worse shape, they even still go for 80, 90 bucks. So $20, no brainer.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's pretty fine. That looks, it does look super clean too.
And can I help you out, Chris? I mean, I don't know. You can cut this out if you don't want to be corrected. It's a 1959 Knickerbocker Yogi Bear.
There you go.
It is a Yogi Bear. Huckleberry Hound was had the longer ears.
And he was blue, wasn't he? Wasn't
And he was
Huckleberry
blue.
Hound blue?
And he was blue. So that is a Yogi Bear, but it's made by Knickerbocker. So you can put in like different things like Hanna-Barbera. Does
Yeah.
it say Huckleberry on there?
No, I was thinking it did, but it doesn't. You're right. It's a Knickerbocker.
Hmm.
I'd seen comps that were Yogi Bear and Huckleberry Hound. They look just like this. So,
Oh yeah.
Well,
but
it's,
yeah,
it's definitely not a dog, dude. So it's not Huckleberry Hound.
okay.
It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's
There's
creepy
plenty of
looking.
wrong listings
and it-
out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
On
yeah,
to our
thanks.
next topic. Should we keyword spam? Absolutely. If it-
All right. We got a pitiful sale of the week. We want to do that next, guys.
That reminds me of something out of Chuck E. Cheese for some reason as a kid. It's like a bad flashback.
Yeah.
Chuck
Oh, yeah.
E. Cheese.
Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah, or something.
Pitiful sale of the week. What do we got here? What sucks? What sucks?
All my sales are pretty good this
I
week.
sold a plushie for $5.07, but it is more money than I would have got on Whatnot for it. So it's not
Well,
that pitiful. It's not
sold
Whatnot.
I sold an Xbox game $5. So there's that.
My lowest sale was I bought something for $5 and sold it for $20. So that doesn't seem too terrible.
Okay.
What was that? That's not
I
Has
bought
bad.
any-
$25,000 to $30,000 worth of stuff. I already said that. for a lot less than that. It's easy though. It's easy.
Like you said, it covers all the bases.
Well, did any of us do anything stupid this week that we need to do that segment?
Tried to eat bread.
Yeah.
Tried
Piece of bread.
Tried to eat bread.
Try to eat bread.
to eat
All right.
bread.
Anything stupid? I don't know.
I'm hoping one of you've got a viewer comment ready to go because we're ready to do it.
Better keep hoping.
I
So
sure.
we're
Hold
gonna
on, I do.
we're gonna get a viewer comment of the week. Our last episode had Jefferson Benz here in the locker room with us, and somebody made a comment about they didn't know we had a band member. I don't know what he was talking about right there.
Oh, I know a comment. I know a
Oh
comment.
yeah, the black wasn't from the
Lego
Black Eyed
Bug.
Keys.
Yeah,
What is
Black
Lego?
Keys.
Yeah, Black Keys. Okay.
Trash to cash locker room.
What am I
cast.
going
How
on
you
here?
doing,
I
everyone?
think that
And we have Dave in the show too, and
so
Kevin.
the Black Keys reference was like I don't know.
I don't know. You got a comment?
I don't have it pulled up, but it was a Lego from Lego Bug, and he confused me with Biscuit Butt. I thought that was
I could pull
hilarious.
that up. Lego Bug. It was last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you're putting a guest to
Lego
work.
Bug.
He's
Wait a
looking for the
minute. I've
comment
been
now.
watching you guys. Says, wait a minute. Wait, I've been watching you guys for a while now, and am subscribed. I thought Easy Pickings was Biscuit Butt. I even got a few others to subscribe, and I told them that Easy Pickings used to be Biscuit Butt, but he must have changed his name. Are they twins, brothers, or are you guys doing an alter ego thing? Yeah, that is a perfect thing coming from a show with Cool Kevin. That's it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
everybody is alter ego.
Hey, Mike, you just got a job. Congratulations. Welcome to the show. You can
That's
read
right.
the comment of the week next week.
There you go, man. There
Just
you go.
come in. Just don't
Excellent.
cuss. Don't leave the edits. Extra work.
I'm not
And then,
cutting nothing out, buddies. I'm gonna let it roll. I don't care.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sorry to all you older women out there that are, I don't like the F word. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to typically say the F word. I apologize to anybody that I've offended. But
It's all
you'll get over it.
good.
It's the first
It's all
time
good,
I've been on
man.
this show.
All good in the neighborhood. All right. I know me and the guys, we could go with you here, Mike, for another hour, but we always want to be respectful of our guests' time. But what I'm going to really step in it when I ask you this question, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Hold
What
on.
parting? Yeah, get another one there. All right. We always throw the floor to end the show to our guests. So what do you have to tell our viewing audience that's still left watching this locker room episode, Mike?
What do I have to tell? Well, you put me on big screen. Hey, they can see me in a little one. What the hell are you doing? Y'all folks, go check out myself. If you've enjoyed this stuff, I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe, like and subscribe. And then I also just recently joined TikTok. So China has all my information just like the rest of the world. So that's it.
You can take them off big
Good.
screen now.
Well,
Mike,
Mike,
man, the China way, bring China into it. Huh? Now we got it.
ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Mike's YouTube address down into the description where you could go down there and click on that link. Give Mike a subscribe. I know he's not done putting out videos, so make sure you go over and hit the sub button. And Mike, I want to say this because it hasn't been said yet. Thank you very much for your service to this country. We appreciate you so much for your sacrifice and everything you've done. And we also want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us on the locker room. Gentlemen, y'all got any words for Mike before we go?
Oh, man. Pleasure on the show, man.
Never gonna come on the show full time, or at least for a full episode. So at least we got a segment of Kevin. That was
Mike, work on Kevin to get him to come on here and do a full hour with us. We would appreciate it, buddy.
I will bend his ear. Come on.
All right. All right. On behalf of Death Pile Picker, Rocky Top Picker, Easy Pickens, and Beard King Picker, this has been the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Check us out every Thursday, 9 a.m. Leave your comments down below, and we'll see you on the flip side.